guys, good morning. Welcome to the Fat Quarter Shop Friday live stream. It's January 16th, 2026, and I'm Kimberly Jolly, owner of Fat Quarter Shop. Today I have a really good live stream for you today. I'm going to show you all my quilting progress, which is a ton, and I'm so excited. It makes me feel so good to start the year off with all kinds of new stuff sewn. Our Cupid box, which is one of our specialty boxes, is live. It went live this week. Also, the December Sew Sampler box, I'm going to be doing a reveal of that. And then I have tons of new stuff to show you that we got at Fat Quarter Shop. Some cute stuff from Rifle Paper, and we're starting to carry some crochet/knitting yarn. So that'll be fun to show you. And what I'm going to do with each of these is just try to tell you like what I'm doing, as much detail as I can. So the first one is just my type quilt. So this is my progress so far, and I'm going to talk through how I've been doing this. So this sew along started in December. This is a quilt pattern that's written by Riley Blake, and then these are the letters that you do have to buy separately, and you do need interfacing also for the applique blocks. We don't have any of my applique blocks here, right?
They should be in one of those kits.
Oh yeah, it's probably in here. Just to show them what I've done. Oh, here's the interfacing. So here's the interfacing that I used. My next step is going to be the applique. Okay, here we go. So see, I keep a little list of notes and what I do. I've got my shapes in here, my ruler in here, and then this is my binding squares. And then everything else is cut and in this box. I'm gonna see if I can lift it and show you. So this box right here is everything that's cut and ready or not cut. The other box I have is all the fabric I have already started cutting from, but it also includes other fabric that I added to it because I used some leftovers from another quilt I'm going to show you in a second. So you can see once I start cutting, I do keep it kind of messy, but it takes up two of these bins, and they're both those super big, heavy bins. Okay, so I'm going to first talk about the rows. So I made all the blocks for row 1, row 2, and row 3. So I think I'm like a little bit ahead of what I said I was going to do. And I'm going to show you each of the blocks, and then I'm going to sew those together today. And I'm going to do a little reel of that. And then the applique I started. And so I did a demo on that, on how to do the applique with her interfacing, Lori Holt's interfacing. And this is where I'm at on the letters. On this, I'm probably going to do, one row at a time, but I do need to get moving on these. But let's talk about the blocks. They're super fun and cute. I'm going to keep them in order, though, because I got to keep, they're in order of the way that I pieced them. So when I get home, I won't have to think about where it goes. And this is row 1, and I know because I put an alpha clippy on it. And then there's these brand new clothespins from Lori Holt, and they're really thick, so I've been putting an alpha clippy on one side and one of these on the other side to keep them together. But when I sewed these rows, there was a couple of fabric changes I made on accident, so that's why I'm keeping them in order, because when I go home I can just pin them and put them together. These were, I wouldn't say these were easy, but they were fun. And I'm excited to have that top row done, because then it'll feel like, okay, my quilt is like, 25% done. So that's row 1. Okay, I'm going from the bottom up. Row 2. And this collection is typography by Lori Holt. So it's the collection that came out before Farmer's Daughter. So that's row 2. That's how you know you start your blocks, when you can, I treat them kind of like a deck of cards. And I tried to follow her placement of color. Just some of them got out of order or something, and I just was like, oh yeah, you do see purple in there. Oh my gosh, it's killing me. but I did leave the purple. Ugh, y'all had to remind me. So one tip I would give you if you're sewing this quilt is all of these blocks you have to join together. So you're gonna have all these points. So I did press everything open because that way I could do poke a pin right here and sew them together. One other thing that I've been doing is I changed my stitch length to a 1.3 because I've been using that brand new seam ripper. The one that I demoed last week. Do we still have it?
Yes, it should be.
So I've been using this, and that's because, so basically nothing is pulling at all. So that's really good. So that's my tip on there. I'm going to sew these together. And this collection, when I showed you those boxes and all that fabric that was extra that I put in there, it's left over from this quilt. This is the vice versa quilt. We're doing a sew along in January. It just goes from the beginning of January to the end of January. This is a pattern published by It's So Emma. This is a quilt kit that we are offering. And is it a quilt kit?
In all, because there's 3 sizes.
Oh, there's 3 sizes. Which one's the kit?
All of them.
Oh, all of them. Okay, so we have a kit for all 3. The one that I pieced is right here. And I use Creative Grid's 3-inch and 4-inch for my squares. So basically the 3-inch was used to cut that down. The 4-inch was used to cut before I started making my half square triangles. And I wanted to show you something really cute that I did. Where is it? Oh, right here. So one of the things I thought I would do this year is when we're showing you quilts, I can never find the labels to show you. And I thought, you know what, let me do some of the labels on the front of the quilt this year, like sewing them into blocks or just sewing them somehow into the front of the quilt. That way on the back, I have less piecing. So, yeah, the bottom B is supposed to be cut out. I'm just not done. That I actually have to put applique on top of it. It's just not finished. Yeah, that's from the last video. The Alpha Clippies will be back in stock any day.
They're online now.
They're online now. Thank you, Denise. So they came in yesterday. So this is one of the Sweetwater labels, and I use that same interfacing that's by Lori. You can see the interfacing like right there. So basically I just put a label right side together on top of this, sewed around it, flipped it inside out, and then I hand sewed it down. And I just think it's kind of cute. Now, obviously, I don't think every quilt I do, I'm going to be able to put a label on the front. But it's kind of, each year, I give myself a new goal or something different. Because if I come to live stream and I just show you the same old, I want to do something different. So I thought, well, this one doesn't really look, it's not going to look good sewn into the squares because the color is so different. So I thought, well, you know what, I'll just put it on top. So the label is from Sweetwater. It's, I think it's one of the monthly ones I get. I have a big old bag of them, so I'm not exactly sure. But this one was super easy. I made this all in one day. And I think for this one, I don't think I followed the placement of the cover. I just threw it together. And there is a reel on this. Basically, I did, or a little short video on this. I just sewed row by row. And it was super easy. And then, let's see, I pressed the half square triangles open because when they touched, I didn't want to have to worry about where they, you know, the seams. But then I sewed the rows and the columns one way. So this is vice versa. And then, oh my gosh, guys, I haven't even told y'all this, but I think Lori guilted me into it. Not really. So this is the Farm Fresh quilt along, and Lori started sewing it, and she did her little, she calls them be prepared posts, and I saw it, and I was like, okay, never mind, I'm gonna make it. So this was not in my plans, actually. This was just, you know, she was gonna host it, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna sew it. So basically, this is the quilt kit. It's a mix of 6-inch and 12-inch blocks. So these are 6-inch, these are 12-inch. It's the finishing from the Farm Girl Vintage 2 cover. It's a mix of 6 and 12-inch blocks from each of these. this is in there, and this is basically a sew-along guide. It tells you exactly what page to go to in the book, so you do need to buy the book separately. And it tells you, what you need to cut, and it's got really good pictures of the fabrics and what to cut, so it's actually very easy to follow. And this one, this started on, it starts on January 26th, so in 10 days. But she's doing 5 blocks a week, I believe, or 5 blocks every other week. And so I'm going to have to catch up. So these are the blocks I did, and I'm just doing them exactly like she is. I'm not changing the fabric at all. And I made all of these one night. It was actually after work. I thought, you know what? I told myself, well, I saw her post, and then I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I got to start now, or I'm going to be so behind, I'm not going to want to do it. So I did this in 3.5 hours, which I thought was pretty good for me. I did press open on these. I'm trying to think. This, I was thinking of, I might do a little X on his eye, because this one does have, no, not this one. Another one has some embroidery stitches in it that I might or might not do. I haven't decided yet, but I thought like a black eye, just a big cross stitch would be really cute there, or a Smyrna stitch, one of those. Which pattern do you think that question is?
Well, none of them are free.
None of the, okay, so somebody asked if any of these patterns are free. Nothing I've shown yet is free. Yeah, but I do think this is really, and another thing to say is she's going in order of the blocks by book. So like the first week she'll have 5 blocks from here. The next week she'll have 5 blocks from here. The next week. And it's a mix of 6 and 12. It's not in order of the quilt. So you just follow the guide. It's super easy. It's written really well. The sew along guide is. So this weekend, I'm just going to make 5 more. Now this pattern is free. This is the Riley Blake Challenge 2026, hosted by Riley Blake. And I really do like these. So this is block 1 and this is block 2. And I am using, so this is a free pattern on Riley Blake's site. The sew along is from January 6th to May 26th. So this is week 1, week 2. I'm going to be using the Farmer's Daughter collection by Lori Holt. The background, I'm just, the way that she colored it, Lori colored this for us. And these blocks are going to be, we have digital images on our site, but we will also have, as I sew them, we're going to replace them with photos. And, it's very easy. So this block is designed by Lori Holt. This block is designed by Amy Smart. And with this one, basically you go to Riley Blake's website every week and there's a free pattern. Either they announce it on social media and then they also post it on their blog and their website. So this one, I guess I'm sewing open. Now one thing is I've been sewing some stuff not open. So I think we might have something to show today that we do, that I did not press open. So the coloring, thank you to Lori Holt for coloring it, because I'm just doing what she's doing, and whenever she does that, it makes it so much easier for me and all of you. Riley Blake also has it colored in confetti cottons and batiks, but obviously I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so I have the books, but I don't understand how we do the sew along. So the sew along guide is on Riley Blake's website, so you can download it there, or if you get the kit, it's printed in there for free. This Riley Blake, I would say beginner, intermediate. The fat clothespins, we can link to them. They're brand new from Lori, and they're called clothespins. I literally looked yesterday and it literally was like quilty clothespins or something. Oh, right here. We bought them. Quilty clothespins. So I actually have a bucket at home that I put a full one in. And then I asked Alicia to get some for here so that I could show you how I'm using them. is there a coloring of what Lori Holt is coloring? We are putting it on our blog each week, and she's also going to be showing it on social media. So you can find it on our blog, you know, like a day or two after the block comes out on Riley Blake's site. We got a lot of requests last year to do a quilt along using patriotic fabrics for the 250th year anniversary of America. So we put together a quilt along using the Celebrate with Quilts book by Lisa Alexander and Susan Aki. It is on page 138 is the one we're doing. So this is the one we're doing right here, Peppermint Roses. There is both of these, all of this is you can download on our site. So you need the book for the instructions. The quilt along tells you exactly what I'm coloring and making. So I'll show you the blocks I have done so far. If you look at the quilt along schedule, it's right here. It's right here. So the quilt along schedule, the way that we did it, because these are just tiny blocks, we are doing February to May, we're doing the 3-inch blocks. And then so first quarter 3-inch block, second quarter 6-inch block, third quarter 6-inch blocks, fourth quarter 12-inch blocks. So basically what I'm doing is setting aside 3 hours, and I'm coming to work and I'm just basically sewing these blocks and to see how much I can get done in 3 hours. So I have a little story to tell you about these. There is a nightmare story. Everybody in here knows the story. So I think it was actually my mood that day. So I'm so particular about just how things look, the finished product. I just really, even if it wasn't for the live stream, I just really want it to look nice. So for this one, I don't think I was in a bad mood. I just think my head was not on straight that day, meaning I was not focused. So these I made 6 times. So we kept these separate. I made these 6 times. 2 times here, and then, oh no, maybe I made it 5. Oh, Denise threw one away because it was so bad. One of these has a mistake. I basically just struggled with it. This first one I made with oh, can you zoom way in, Jordan? I'm going to move these away.
I think the one that was wrong I threw away. So
oh, she threw the wrong one away. Okay, so this one right here, I have half square triangles. Right here. And it just was not, it's crooked. And then this one I did like this, which is where you do rectangles, but this one's crooked. So anyway, I just so this is just an example of, I might run out of some of these fabrics, but it's okay, I can just substitute. But these are the ones that we're not using. And these are the ones I'm using. And so basically, I'm giving you permission to, if you have a bad day, set it aside. And I did, I set it aside, I went home and I waited until I had a day that was like, you know, I'm in a really good headspace, and I think you kind of have to be in the mood to make 3-inch blocks. So that's what I got done first. And I think this quilt's going to be really pretty. This is the Rosie collection by Fig Tree, which just arrived, and I think we loaded it yesterday and literally just arrived. We ran out of fat quarter bundles, so we cut some more in-house, and I'm not sure once those sell out if we're going to be able to make more. Thank you to the super chat from Millie Fessler. Okay, next quilt along. This one's really easy and fun. This one, if you're a beginner, this one's great. Okay. Wendy Shepard wrote the Scrap Quilting book with Wendy Shepard. She's done a lot of really, really cute books, and her books sell really good. So she's hosting a sew along using this brand new book from January to March. And I decided to use the Blueprint collection. I just bought a fat 1/8 bundle, and then I just colored it. So I'm going to show you, all the details are on our blog. Wendy and Pat are sewing a full quilt, but I'm going to do a table runner. So this table runner layout is free on the Jolly Jabber blog. The instructions for the block are in here. But the way that we did it is we just framed each of the blocks to be the same height, and then we're sewing it together into a table runner. And I sewed all of these in, I think it was 2 days. So they're in no particular order. And these, did some of it I pressed open, most of it I didn't. So I think because I didn't press open, I was able to go a little bit faster. And Sarah Price, who has worked for us forever, she colored these, and then I kept most of them the same colors. Some I changed just because I made a mistake. So if you see an image on our site and mine doesn't match exactly, it's just on accident. So this one is what I was explaining. This one I'll add a border, these two. And so if you go to Wendy Shepherd's blog, there is a whole printout that has the dates of each block. This one's really cute. This one, I did this early in the morning. I even thought about here, I thought about finding some of my scraps that are old green Camille fabrics just to have it not be solid, but I thought it looked good. Yeah, see, these I was not pressing open. I was just pressing to one side. So those are my blocks. I think I did those 2 weekends ago. So that's really fun. I'm going to take these home, but I want to show you my backing. So my backing, remember I said I wanted to show sewing a label on the front. Well, this quilt, if you look at the pattern, I really didn't know where I could put the label. I could put it right here, but I just thought, oh, that's going to look kind of funny, and the white that I had didn't match exactly. So what I did is I took the backing set, cut it in half. I had a lot of leftover fabric. The background I'm using on this is from the Blueprint collection. It's what?
It's on there, 5537.
55337-21. And I just basically took this label, added to the side, added top and bottom, and then cut across. And then I had some extra blueprint. And once I'm done with all my blueprint, I'm going to bring it and give it to Denise because I know she loves the fabric. So she'll get a little prize on Monday. Okay, everyone is asking about if things are free patterns. So I'm trying to, the only one I've shown so far that is free pattern is the Riley Blake Challenge. Everything else is from a book or something like that. The next sew along just started yesterday. So this is the Fat Quarters by the Dozen quilt along. So you use this book and these sheets that you download at Fat Quarter Shop, and it'll tell you what to make each week. The quilt is going to finish at, I don't see it. We'll have to look and see what the finished size is. But this is the first week. And this one I also did not press open. So if you haven't joined this one is fun. The fabric requirements are on the website and super pretty. This is the In the Garden collection by Corey Yoder, and I'm using a background from the collection, and the quilt is going to be 72 by 81. Okay, so this one is free pattern. This is A Quilting Life hosted by Sherry McConnell, and she has done this for, gosh, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and I do it every year. So she gives you a free pattern on the Quilting Life blog each month, and they release the first Monday of the month. So this is my January block. If you look at Sherry's block, she's doing a patriotic red, white, and blue. I decided to use Poinsettia and Pear by Sherry and Chelsea. It's not shipping until May. The background I'm using is the 20708-36, which is that background that I absolutely love. And so this one, I haven't seen all the blocks, but I just thought I would do red and pink. I love pink so much. I love red, and I didn't want my quilt to be Christmassy. And Poinsettia and Pear is obviously Christmassy. So I thought, you know, let's not, this one I pressed open. Someone asked, how do you know when it's okay to press to one side? You're really not supposed to press open ever. That's the true traditional way. But because I do my stitch length at a 1.3, I think it's okay. But it really depends on, you want all your seams to nest. So you have to decide if you think they're going to nest. Most patterns have, or most good patterns have arrows that tell you which way to purchase. Can we purchase the sew along guide for Lori's sew along? It is free on the Riley Blake website. So this is January. So basically I'm going to do red and pink, and they are all 12-inch blocks. There will be 12 blocks, and then at the very end she'll show the setting. I'm assuming it's going to be star based. So that's January. Okay, so let me answer some questions because I think I'm talking too fast. Do I think the size of the squares increases the level of difficulty? Yes, absolutely. The smaller the square is, the more you have to pin, and be accurate. I use steam on everything. I use starch on everything. We are based online at fatquartershop.com. We are in Texas, but we don't have a physical location. The coloring for every sew along I'm showing you is on our blog. Thank you, Sophie's. She says the blocks are cute. Love the fabrics. Priara, Texas says, I've been watching these streams for years, so today I took off time for work so I could actually watch. Oh, thank you. Nancy says, would you be willing to share my spreadsheet as notes? That one I just showed you, no, because it's a mess. That one is a hot mess, and it did not work. So basically what I wrote it out, cut it, and it didn't work. So I'm not going to show it to you because if you do it, it's going to be wrong. But I can do that in the future. I can think about one that's complicated, and I only do those spreadsheets. This sounds really bad, but if it's not a fat quarter shop or it's sew my pattern, I do it because my mind, I want to go fast when I sit down. So when I'm at work, I'll go through and just think about, okay, what do I need to cut? I'll make a spreadsheet. So when I get home, I can be the most efficient I can because I only have a limited amount of time. When will we have half-yard bundle of Lori's Americana? I think it'll be this week or next week. We're expecting a shipment today. It would work if you bought 2 fat quarter bundles, yes. How do you ever rip out a 1.3? I do it with this thing, and I did a demo last week, and I wish I knew about this. I did know about it. I thought it was stupid. Like, people showed us this years ago, and I was like, oh, it'll rip my stitches. It'll ruin my quilt. So, it hasn't ruined anything, and I've been, like, ripping a lot. The Farm Fresh starts in January 26th. For binding, I use 2.5-inch strips. Which is more beginner friendly, Riley Blake or A Quilting Life? A Quilting Life is easier. I got that sweatshirt you were wearing last week. I think you sold them out. Oh, that's funny. Thank you. Okay, what is the quilt behind me? This one is Marie Antoinette, which is an Itsuma pattern. Mm-hmm. No, we don't know.
I know it's a French general.
Okay, and then this is the Jolly Bar pattern for
French
General's collection. Okay. What? Mon Petite is the name of it. The collection name is Joy de Vivre.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. So what I just showed you, should I do a summary or not? I feel like I'm going too fast today. Like, should I just show a block and name the pattern? And what it is, and I think I should
show a blog, and if the guide is free,
okay.
And if you have to purchase a book
okay.
with it.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to show you like a summary because I feel like I went a little too fast today. Okay. So the first one I showed was just my type. This one, the pattern only comes in the quilt kit. You cannot buy it separately at this time. That's a Riley Blake decision. This one is published by Riley Blake. So kit only, way to get the pattern. The vice versa quilt is a paid pattern. You can get it either paper or PDF. Farmer's Daughter, sew along guide, free at Riley Blake's website. To make that kit, you do need to buy the Farm Girl Vintage and Farm Girl Vintage 2 book. Riley Blake Challenge. This is free on Riley Blake's website. We will put photos of my blocks after, a couple of days after each one is sewn. Celebrating 250 years of America. You need the book here, and then we have a guide here. If you want to see the exact photos and how I sew it, it comes out in February.
Yes.
So, and we will show these on social media too. I'm just a little bit ahead. Blooming Scrappy, you need the Scrap Quilting book by Wendy Shepard. And if you're going to make a table runner, this finishing pattern is free on the Jolly Jabber blog. I'm looking at Denise to make sure I'm telling you guys correct. Fat Quarters by the Dozen is not too late to start. It actually starts tomorrow. And is there going to be a reel or video with this one?
Reels.
Reels. We'll do reels. They're probably not going to come out tomorrow.
One's coming out today.
This one's coming out today, so you can see that. This one, you need the book, and then you also need to go and print this for free from Fat Quarter Shop's website. A Quilting Life is free. You find the pattern on aquiltinglife.com. Now, at the end of the year, she turns it into a paid pattern because her blog can only hold so much content for free patterns. So you have to download it each month. Like if you come back and want to do it in 2028, you will have to pay for it. Okay, so now I'm going to move to my Scrappy quilts. So these you have seen before. These are new woven star blocks that I have made, and I only have 7 left, and I was going to talk to you guys about the layout. I have a total of 73 blocks. I'm making 80, but I'm kind of changing my mind on the layout. To make these blocks, you need the 6-inch woven star foundation paper. Okay, this is The Little Darling by the Riley Blake Designers. Blossoms and Blooms by Elena Amo. Typography by Lori Holt. Farmer's Daughter by Lori Holt. Petal Lush, Kylie's Quilt Room. Butternut and Sage by Fig Tree. Birch and Willow by Sherry and Chelsea. So what I've done with these is I have used the same background throughout. The background I use is 29146111. And then I'm picking 8 different fabrics from a collection and sewing them together. And so there will be 80 different collections in my quilt because it's going to be scrappy. Now, I was going to do it with 2.5-inch sashing and then do cornerstones. That would require 99 fabrics for the cornerstones. And I have not been saving squares for the cornerstones. But also, I think the quilt will be too busy now that I have all of them, most of them sewn. The rest I'm going to sew this weekend. I feel like it's going to be too busy, way too busy. So what I'm going to do is I'm either going to cut 2-inch or 1.5-inch strips and put them in between. And then there will be sashing here. And then across here will just be strips. And of course, I haven't done the math on that yet. I'm going to keep these 2 blocks to show something in a little bit. But these are really fun. And the paper comes in 6-inch, 12-inch, 4-inch. 8-inch will be later in the year. Okay. This is from the Prairie Home book. I am sewing the Hearth and Home quilt that is on page 130. So some of these blocks you've already seen. I have made 7 blocks. The one thing I would say, well, my background is 20708-36. I have not picked my binding or backing. If you look at the quilt, it's just all the blocks connected. The struggle I have had with this one, 20, you need 23 fabrics to make a block because I want all the fabrics to be different. So you need 20 around the edge and then 3 on the inside. Not all collections that I like have 23 fabrics. So it has been a struggle because I would have been done with this a long time ago if collections had more SKUs. So this is Lighter Rose by Bunny Hill. This is a newer one, right?
No, those are the older.
Okay, this is the older one. I'll put it right there. This one is Wild Honey by Layla Boutique. Rosie by Fig Tree. This fabric just arrived. In the Garden by Corey Yoder. Pastel Prairie by My So Quilty Life. And then these two are the new ones. A Cat Named Stitch, which comes out next April. On this one, I used 1 cat print. Because I tried to use no cat prints, but because of the number I needed, I had to put a cat in there. And then this is Farmer's Daughter. Now what I want to show you is Farmer's Daughter with a white background versus a dark background. Well, I don't want to say dark, but a lot of Lori's backgrounds are now they're more brown than they used to be. So I just wanted to show you, this is the same fabric collection. These are just 2 different white on whites versus hers. So if you're wanting to make her quilts a little bit brighter or not, like a little bit less prairie, I just wanted to show you the difference in what you can do with the background. Let's see. Of course, this one has gray, and I didn't put gray in here, but this one is more similar because it's got the same colors. And then this one I didn't, yeah. So basically I just, oh, this is typography. This is Farmer's Daughter. Sorry. So these 2 versus that one, just to show you. I am doing the stars by date of collection release or random. I'm doing them as the fabric arrives in the store, or if we get free fabric from the manufacturer, I take that home and use it.
I think she meant
When I put them in the quilt, oh, I'm just putting them in the quilt. I'm just going to throw them in the quilt. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to do, we have a Cheryl's design board, I think is what it's called. But I think it might be a little too big for that, but we're going to put it on a design board and, design wall. This is the Paper Roses. So this one, to make this quilt, you need the 10-inch Paper Roses paper. I do want to tell you guys, I got to see a peek of the Berry and Sage actual fabric, and it is amazing. So that's really fun. Okay, these are the ones I've shown you before. These are from Wild Honey. I just kind of want to show you overall so you can see kind of how I'm trying to come up with the colors and how I'm trying to get them to tie together and look. With this quilt, I'm going to make all of my blocks from the Layla Boutique collection and 1 background. This background I use is a Magic Dot. These are from True Love, which comes out in May. So I made these from fabric that is left over, that's free from the manufacturer. The little swatches they give us. So you can kind of see how the colors are going. I don't know if I love this one. I like it, but oh, yeah, this is what I did. I liked it, but I didn't love it, so I put my label in it so that it could go on the back if I wanted to. I wasn't sure if, so it's in a block. I don't know if this will go on the front or the back, but you can see using the same background and the same designer keeps it continuous. Now this quilt's going to take me a long time, just like Hearth and Home. That's going to take me a long time because you have to have a certain number of fabrics for each quilt. This one will take a long time because I need, more collections to come out. But I think, this is a different collection than this, and I think they blend well. They're different blues, but I think it'll be okay. I mean, I think it's going to look great, actually. And I do not have a layout planned for this yet. So we will just kind of see how it goes. Sometimes I just like making blocks, and the quilt is kind of like an afterthought, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but I really enjoy the process of making a really fun quilt block. And then at the end, you just get the joy of trying to figure out what to do with what you did. Rows of Bows is a new paid pattern by Cassidy Grace. You can find it in paper or PDF, and I made 2 blocks. I think I showed you 1 block before. I'm just showing you all of them. I can't remember what I've shown you before. This one is Wild Honey. This is that same magic dot. And what I do with these is, you see I use the same backgrounds over and over. I buy them by the bolt, and then I just cut off what I need as I go. So this is the same background as a quilt I just showed you, the paper roses. So this is Wild Honey by Layla Boutique. This one is A Cat Named Stitch by Camille, and thank you to Teresa. I had this backwards, flipped. So one of the bow, and thank you to a customer who emailed me and was like, saw it on social media and was like, I think your bow is wrong. So she just ripped this part out and then just flipped it. So, and then this one is Farmer's Daughter by Lori Holt. This one I think is going to take a long time to make also, because on this one I'm going for feminine patterns. This is a very easy beginner pattern. This one I'm really going for something pink at the top of the bow, and then feminine fabrics at the bottom. So if you have a collection that has Halloween, if it's too fall, if it's too Christmas, I'm gonna pull that out. If it's manly, if it's fall, if it's, you know, it has to be a certain look. The magic dot I'm using is 5230-39. So this one, I don't know, it'll probably take 2 years. And what I will do a fabric here that's all the same to kind of tie it together. And what I'm thinking here is to pull a really nice gray, since there's not very much gray in here, because a gray, you know, or a polka dot, just something to kind of pull it together. This one's going to take me a long time though. Okay, so I'm going to answer questions, and then I'm going to show you these 2 boxes. Okay, our Cupid box pre-orders have shipped out. So this is the Cupid box. I can only show you the outside. It's really heavy. If you want to see this, several people have done YouTube reveals. Is that what you call it? Yes. So if you want to see what's really in here, it is out there on the internet. A lot of people don't like me to show it that fast. We're going to do a little tease. But if you want to know what's in it before you buy it, this is what you get to see. Oh, this is how we label our quilts, with these little things. So, and there are some finishing kits left. So those, if you bought the Cupid box, you should already have it. If you have bought it, but it hasn't arrived to you and you want to see what it is, just Google it. I think like 3 people have already done a video. So I do get to reveal the December Sew Sampler box though. So this, the theme of this was Starlit Homecoming, and this used the Front Porch Collection by, I saw Jordan's head nod, and I was like, oh, the coupon. So this, if you want to sew along with the Fat Quarters by the Dozen, and I just showed you, let's see which blocks I showed you. These 2, I just showed you these 2 blocks. If you click this QR code, it'll take you to that free printout. You still need the book, but it will take you to the printout. This is a free pattern. If you click here, it's going to take you to the free pattern you can download. So what Jocelyn likes to show you here is different examples of what you can do with the fabric in the box if you don't like the pattern in the box, or if you have extras. So you get this little foldy fold out. You get, how many fat quarters? I think it's, 9 fat quarters. They're packaged separately. It's a long story. but they're
All 9 are there.
all 9 are there. Trust me, they're all there. All 9 are there. These are my favorite needles. I actually use the Universal 90 or Top Stitch 90 on all my quilts. Most people use an 80. I use a 90. I think I do it because it works better for paper piecing and it's sharper, so I don't have to change it as much. So these are great needles. Alpha Clippies. So if you didn't get them, they're right here. This is amazing. Starlight is the pattern. I'm going to show it to you, the actual quilt that was made. And then our block 9 for the flowering quilt along. And there's been some really beautiful quilts out there using this. If you're not a Sew Sampler member and you want this, we do sell it as a PDF after. I do have a lot planned for Birch and Willow. Probably not ready to announce it yet though. Okay, so I'm going to show you the quilt. I really like the binding on this.
Oh, you match.
I know! I did it on purpose. No, I didn't. Okay, we'll put it on the table. Okay. But I really, if you look at this binding, it looks really nice. I really like it. Now, I will tell you, this is the Front Porch collection by Allison from Cluck Cluck Sew. Allison Harris from Cluck Cluck Sew in Wyndham, and we are sold out of a lot of the fabrics because this fabric collection came back in May. So if you want a good white on white, 20708-36 would work good. 5230- was it 39, Jordan?
Yes.
5230-39, that would work. So I wouldn't be concerned if you can't find this white on white. Oh, what did you want me to do?
It's fine. No. We didn't know where you were going.
Oh, and then the backing. It's really pretty. Okay. For our sale this month, Patterns of the Month, Thimble Blossoms. So we always do her once a year, only once a year, 25% off PDFs and paper. And these are some really cute patterns. So I want to show you that. The basic of the month is the Designer Essential Solids. So we have different bundles just to kind of show you, and then these are the bolts. So the yardage is mainly what sells on the basic of the month. So 20% off Designer Essential Solids by Free Spirit. Did I finish the vintage Christmas quilt?
Yes.
It's at the quilter, so we will show it to you. It's not back yet.
Yeah, we showed it on our recap.
We did?
Yeah.
Is that the one on the wrong backing?
Yes.
Oh, we did show it. We showed it on, yeah, we did. We showed it. So it's
It's
in December's video. Okay. Farmers, the background for the woven star. Let's see. I have to look to make sure. I don't know.
no.
Oh, 29146111. That's a coriander seeds color. Any chance we'll see an electric seam ripper in our Sew Sampler boxes? We will pass that message on. I don't know if we can, but we'll see. We do ship to England. Great question. Somebody's asking if we can starch on Lori's Farm Girl. I'm going to do a parade of all the Farmer's Daughter quilts because we need to send some of them back to Riley Blake. And in them, I'm going to tell you if you can starch or not and kind of what I'm doing. So the first one is the Farm to Table Runner. So this is what you get when you order the kit from us. The table runner. Oh, sorry. This is 24 by 84. This kit is cut by Fat Quarter Shop and there is room to starch. This is a free PDF, but you do need the 2 sizes of economy paper that are in the kit. So you need the 6-inch and you need the 12-inch.
It's right below you.
Oh, it's right there. Sorry. And then this is the backing set if you're interested. We're going to show you the quilt. So this one, this kit is called Farm to Table Runner. You have plenty of fabric to starch. This quilt we went over earlier is the Farm Fresh Sew Along. This is packaged by Riley Blake in a prepackaged box. I am starching my fabric. If I run out of fabric, I will just have to purchase more. So I do not know if there's enough fabric to starch, but I know that I personally am starching because I cannot make tiny blocks without starching. So that's the second quilt. We don't have that one here. That one is not made yet or sewn because obviously Lori's sewing it now and so am I. Farmyard Friends. This is a pattern published by Lori Holt under the It's So Emma brand. This is what comes in your quilt kit. This one is cut by Fat Quarter Shop. It has room to starch. This is 68 by 81. This is the backing set. So this one's really cool right here. This is rickrack sewn on top. So I'm going to show that to you. That is sewn on top after the quilting. And the buttons, well, the buttons are sewn on after the quilting too. So there's that quilt. The quilt seed block kits. We don't have, oh, we do have the quilt here. So this quilt that we're about to show you, each block finishes at 28 inches square, or you can put it into this ginormous quilt that's 80 inches square. But it does feel bigger than 80, doesn't it?
It does.
It feels bigger than 80 inches.
It's cute.
So, okay, I'm going to put this one on the table so you can see it. So maybe it'll make sense. So each of these seed blocks, she named them by the season. Don't ask me which season is which.
We probably
So these are 28-inch squares. So you can either make these individually and make a little, little block, or, so basically there are 4 kits.
That's
Each,
autumn.
this is autumn,
Spring.
spring,
Winter.
okay, we'll have to pull that up.
So autumn, spring,
Okay,
winter, and summer.
summer, okay. So there are 4 kits you can buy to make the blocks. Inside those kits is the pattern. If you don't want a kit and you just want the pattern, we do sell the patterns individually, paper only. They're Riley Blake. Then there's a finishing kit, which is the fabric to do everything outside the block, if that makes sense. So, and I really like, if you look at the border, I really like the look of this. Oh, so for any, we put a link in the description box for every single product we're showing today. And I have tried, I know I'm talking a little fast today. I'm not sure why. Maybe
Did you have a lot of tea today?
no, I actually had less tea today. I actually woke up a little too early. I woke up and got confused again on basketball. Went upstairs at 6:30 and Christopher was like, I don't have basketball today. So I go look and it says 8 o'clock because I can't read. And then he goes, well, the coach canceled it. So basically I woke up way too early. I think I've just been up way too much. These are really cute. They look like yo-yos. These are tea tiny blocks. And Riley Blake made this one, so we borrowed it. This is the Square Dance Runner kit. This one is a Jolly Bar. There is room to starch on this pattern, and we have been putting in our quilt kit descriptions, if you click on the kit and scroll to the bottom, it will tell you if there is enough room to starch. Now, sometimes the manufacturer's kits do have rooms. Sometimes they don't. I just like to tell you because y'all like to know. This one's really cute. There is the rickrack sewn into the binding. It's really cute and it's really big. It's kind of like it's 38 by 77, but I would consider it, she calls these like bed runners. So super cute. The next one we don't have the quilt for, right? Correct. We just have the quilt. We just have the box. So this is a box kit. The pattern is written by Riley Blake. This finishes at 33 by 87. It is a pieced block. Oops, sorry. So, published by Riley Blake. And so there are like cross blocks. What are they called? Patchwork blocks and then strawberry blocks. And so on this one, I don't know if there's enough room to starch. I don't know. My personal philosophy is I just starch because I enjoy it more. So you kind of have to. The Quilted Farm Girl. This one is cut by Fat Quarter Shop. There is room to starch, and the pattern is written by Itsoema, which I know you guys have seen this one before, but oh my gosh, look at how much fabric comes in the kit. And then this is the backing set we put with it. I will be doing a sew along with this. It hasn't started yet, right?
I believe it starts in March.
March.
Because Farmyard Friends starts in April.
Yeah, so this starts in March. So this is the quilt. I'm going to be sewing along with it. Super cute. Okay. I might change her, on the cross stitch, I'm changing her clothes to gray. So I might change the clothes to gray here. We'll see. And there's one more. Yeah, Vintage Milkmaid, right?
Yes.
All of this goes in there? Oh my gosh, this kit is huge.
The foundation is separate.
Okay, so on this one, this is a free pattern you download at Riley Blake. You do need to buy 5 pads of the 6-inch Vintage Milkmaid paper. And then 2 pads of the, 2 pads of the 12-inch, 5 pads of the 6-inch. Free pattern, but you do need the paper to make it. Now this is the fabric you get with the kit. There will be enough room to starch. And then this is the backing that she selected for it.
Patterns by ISE.
The pattern is by Itsoema. And this one, Lori picked a gray large vintage trim to go in her binding. Okay. The other kits we have, sorry, we're trying to run as fast as we can. This is the Jelly Roll Rail Star pattern. This is a PDF pattern. It's a paid pattern. This is also pretty big. This is the Jelly Roll Rail Star. This is the Rosy Collection by Fig Tree. It's 79 by 79. The video tutorial on how to make this released this week. It's a PDF pattern, and the backing set for this is going to come next week. It hasn't arrived yet. The next quilt we just filmed this week. It's called Aster Trails. This one finishes at 72 inches square.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, me and Denise are so tall. This is so big. So this one, it looks a lot harder than it is, but if you know how to make half square triangles and flying geese and then sew blocks together, the pattern is written really well because it's written by Itsoema, and this one I think would be so pretty in a lot of fabrics. I think you could make this patriotic, obviously. You could make it Christmas. You could, I don't think it would work with baby fabrics, but I think you know, red and white, blue and white. I think you could do a lot with this pattern. The next one, we just have the quilt to show, we just have the box to show you, not the quilt. This is Decorator Jewel. The pattern is by Bound to Be Quilting. This is a packaged kit from Riley Blake. So I'm not sure if there's enough to start. We have 2 new collector bins. Primitive Gatherings Collection, American Gatherings, and Lizzie House Funny Valentine. So I'm going to show you one at a time. I'm going to show you everything in it. So you get some 8-inch squares. You get a needle minder, a bracelet with 2 charms, a mini charm pack, a sticker, a 12-weight Valdani thread. This is the stitch and flip corner guide that Primitive Gathering sells, and so you can put it on your machine to follow either 1/4 inch to the right or down the center. 1-inch finished triangle paper, which is used in the pattern included, which is Peace, Love, and Patchwork. So these finish at 1 inch. This is a notebook, gridded, super cute. This has a lot in it. And then I'm going to show you the booklet because I love the booklet. Even if you don't buy this, I think it's great to be able to see the booklet because it's only available in the tin. So this is Lisa Bonjean. She's with Primitive Gathering. She has a YouTube channel if you haven't checked her out. She has a store in Wisconsin. This is Lisa Alexander. And so this is all about her fabric collections and pattern and the history of her company and the history of her store. So she started in 1996 and she started with wool, but I'm not sure when her first wools came out. Maybe 2000. She started about the same time as we did. This is fun facts about Lisa. These are her grandkids. Oh, this is her and her sons. Look at her. And then these are her grandkids. I was like, wait a minute. And then, oh, this was a cute photo. I saw this on social media. She talks about her sewing space. This is her store. A lot of you have probably visited. She does host retreats. And then she talks about her YouTube channel. And then this is a focus on the American Gatherings 3 collection, which is featured in the box. Thank you to D. Mays for the super chat. And then this is her free, this is all about her patterns. Her notions she likes. She has great needles. She sells needles by the tube. And then Bella solids that match her collection. We will be getting the corrected pattern for American Gatherings bin. So basically what we're doing is we are mailing them out and then we're just going to mail you the replacement when we get it. Because I would hate to take the product offline and then, you know, y'all think that we don't have it when we do. Funny Valentine. This is Lizzie House's, I think it's her 2nd or 3rd collection with Moda. So this is the Funny Valentine in 8-inch squares. This is a binding holder with ribbon tape. It's called binding ribbon tape, so I'm assuming maybe you put it like on the edge of the binding like flange. This is the Funny Valentine mini charm pack. Sew on snaps, a zipper charm, and a sticker. And the snaps are if you make this advent. And so basically you make these envelopes, you sew them on, and then you can snap them down. I'll show you. So it does use a template, and so you leave them open, like this, and then this is like a 3D quilt, if that makes sense. There's stationery. This one's so cute. Okay, so this is envelopes and paper and stickers. Look how cute it is. Look, if we could write each other a note. The stationery is really cute. And then I'm going to go through the book. So this is Lizzie House. These are cute little handkerchiefs that she came out with. I think they're sold out now. So all about her fabric and what's next. And this is really cute because it has detail of, you can put the little bear in there. This has some detail of embroidery stitches. And then this is where she put some labels down on top and then sewed around. Talks about her beginning. She started designing fabric in 2006. She moved to Moda Fabrics in 2023. Fun facts about Lizzie. Oh. Oh, this is so cute. This is Magnolia. And I love that inside here there's lots of pictures if you make that envelope quilt, so then you can at least see like how she did hers. She talks about designing her fabrics, her notions, her inspiration, her philosophy. She talks about her patterns that are great for beginners. Favorites, chocolate chewies recipes. She talks about audiobooks or music, and then these are the Bella Solids that match her collections. Super cute. And so these boxes, they're called collector bins, and they make them one time. And so some of the designers have sold out and some haven't. Corey Yoder's collector's bin was scheduled for December but did not arrive. Is there a new projection date? I don't. We can ask, but if it definitely has not pick slipped, so. This is the Sew in Love quilt kit. This is a pattern by Kim Deal, and it is written by Henry Glass. This is the kit. The fabrics are much darker than this right here, just so you can see. There is enough to starch. I wanted to announce years ago, about 12 years ago, let me look at what the year. 2014, 12 years ago, we published Great Granny Squared. It was our second book with Lori. Paper costs have gone up tremendously, so we could not afford to reprint this as a book. So we are printing this now in-house. So the paper is really nice, but it's just not, it's a booklet, not a book. So you can see the difference in the paper. It's the same exact content. So if you already have this, great, don't buy it again. Because I thought some of you might see this and then buy it again. But that's super fun. Okay, I'm going to answer some questions before I show new collections. What is the name of the fabric line used for the large 26-inch blocks? Farmer's Daughter. What was the large scrappy star pattern called? Hearth and Home from Prairie Home Book. Will I be making petite bundles of American Gatherings of reds and blues? Not on that one.
She might have been asking about Astor Trails because that question popped up as well.
If we have a petite bundle, it would already be online for both of those collections. I starch for everything, even for paper piecing. How much backing is needed for this year's Cupid box? We can look. We'll pull the pattern. Do you think future collections will be brighter? Everything seems so muted. I hope so, because I agree. Oh, she's going to open it. She has to open it and look. Do fabric companies come out with a thing every year? It seems one pattern designer comes out with fruit, then several designers come out with fruit. That is how the world works. So if you go into fashion, look at what makeup companies do. You see it here, you see it here. Everyone takes everyone else's ideas, but also some things are just more popular. Like if a goose becomes popular in home dec, not only one quilt designer can make a goose block, right? Like, you don't own it. So I just think it's the way it goes.
Do not show.
Oh, don't show the quilt. So Cupid box backing, you need 2 1/8 yards.
Were they asking? They asked backing.
Should I read the rest? The rest, if you need additional fabrics, there are finishing kits. Do I have a summary video which highlights your foundation papers? We don't. That would be kind of...
There's a playlist on YouTube.
There's a playlist on YouTube
Foundation.
called Foundation Paper. So you could go through there. Is there a kit for Farmyard Friends? Yes, I showed it. Why can't you starch some fabrics? Okay, so basically our customers like to know if when they buy a kit, can they starch the fabric? Is there enough fabric in the kit? So sometimes we say yes there is, and sometimes we say we don't know, just because people have asked for that. I starch everything. What size do the bow blocks come out to be? Oh, I think it's something 18 by, right there. 16 and a half by 18 and a half. I was like, I think one of the measurements is 18. How much extra fabric do I buy to starch? Looking at Riley Blake design fabric requirements. Usually what I do is I'll buy 1 or 2 yards extra of the background because I like to just cut it and starch it as I go. And then at the end of the kit, if I don't have enough of a print, I just use a different print. On the kitten quilt, will there be enough fabric to starch and use foundation papers? I don't know because that is a motive box kit, so I'm not sure. I would probably buy a little bit extra background. On the Farm Fresh sew along, what embroidery thread are we using? I haven't decided yet because I'm going to test it out. That's the one that I haven't started yet. This weekend is going to be focused on, I have this list. I haven't even shown Denise yet. She's going to die when she sees it. Basically, I'm going to go home and hide for 3 days, and I'm going to sew. One of my kids is at college, and one of my kids is at Disney, and the other 2 kids told me they just want to watch wrestling all weekend. So I'm going to let them do that, and I'm going to sew a bunch of stuff. So when I sew all that, then I'll have time to move on. Basically, what Denise does to me is she says, you can't move to this next quilt until this one's done. So I have to go finish all those, and then once I get to that quilt, I'll test it and see. I am not doing the quilt room by Heather Briggs, but I want to. Can we buy the Sew and Love pattern separately?
I don't see it on our line.
What is that?
It's the Kim Deal.
Kim Deal. It is, no, I don't, if it's available, it would be free on Henry Glass's website, but I'm not sure. I think it might only be available to stores that sell the simple whatnots. So we were able to get it through that. If it's not on Henry Glass, then it would only be available in a kit through our store. And then any other store would be up to them on how they do it. Okay, now I'm going to show you new collections. It is a lot. Rosie arrived this week, and this one we're using in Socialite. So it is selling really great. What collection am I using in Socialites? I'm using Lighter Rose, but this one I think is Denise is using.
No.
Nova's using.
Rosie's for 250.
And then also.
And then the 250th quilt along that I'm doing.
Lighter Rose is Kimberly.
Lighter Rose is me, and then yours is Blueprint.
Mine's Blueprint. Teresa's is American Gatherings. Nova's In the Garden. Wild Honey is Gina Tell, and Rosie is Pat Sloan.
Okay.
Wow, my memory.
That's a
That's
good memory.
I know. Did you hear Jordan?
No.
He goes, no one probably heard that though.
Oh, if you need her to repeat it, she can go in front of the camera. What do you call that? Microphone. I love the blues in this, and that's why I picked the American Gathering, or the for the America 250th, and then adding the pink. I just, I love pink, so I'm gonna throw pink in whenever I can. Like in those scrappy quilts, like I was saying, I really want that bow quilt to be girly, because I'm hoping when I finish it that Emma will like it and then she will use it. Because she's a very honest person, and so if she doesn't like something, she'll just tell me no. So when I'm done, I'll show her and hope she likes it. Is she enjoying college? Somebody asked. Oh, she loves it. She is having the time of her life, and as a parent, my biggest fear was she was always set on TCU because my niece went there. And I mean, always. From the very beginning, that was always where she was going to go. There was never, and I just thought, well, I hope, because she did look at a couple of colleges, but not a lot. And I was very worried, but she loves where she is, and that's great. She did not want to leave the state, so that really limited her options. We got a lot of new Riley Blake this week. This is Homage by Fran Gulick. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Jordan, what do you think? This is, it's not metallic. This is really pretty. I did make some scrappy, the scrappy woven star in this, so it's really cute.
It might be homage.
Homage.
Something like
Homage. We always say Jordan's the smartest one in the room because he knows how to, he is good, out of everybody in the room. Well, I can't speak for Alicia because I don't know, but for me and Denise, I can say that he has much better vocabulary and grammar. And I don't know about spelling. He said yes. But these florals are really beautiful. They kind of remind me of the Paper Roses paper. So this is Homage by Fran Gulick, Riley Blake. Peter Rabbit arrived. Oh my gosh, I hope it does not sell out. I'm going to show you the panel in a little bit. We have been buying a ton of like Winnie the Pooh, Peter the Rabbit, and everything keeps selling out. And I mean, when I say we buy a lot, I mean, I'm saying like we're risking it. Because, you know, everything we buy, you have to pay for in like 60 days. So hopefully Kevin and I bought enough of this. I think it's super cute. I think the colors on this came out really nice too. And the panel is, oh, is it pink or peach? I think it's tan. Let's do the front camera. I think it's tan. I don't think it's
I
pink.
don't know if that's what she was referring to.
Oh, the other one, the other line was peach. The one before it was peach. Sorry. Okay, this is the panel. Let me just hold it because it's ginormous. Hopefully they can see. I'll just kind of. Super cute. So it's a 1 yard panel. That does not come in the half yard bundle, but you can buy it separately. This is Blue Blooms and Threads by Christopher Thompson. And he has done several blue collections with Riley Blake. I think I used one year on the Riley Blake challenge. I think this one's really cute. The texture on this, it looks textured, but it's not, but I really like this print. And then this is kind of a, it's not white, it's not cream. So I think it's kind of in between. So like, I think these two are white and these two are just a little bit less white, but they're not cream.
That's a beautiful collection.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's really like, we call it like a tight collection. Like it's just, everything ties together really well. Sometimes Kevin and I won't buy a collection because something, like one print can just throw it off. Jacqueline DeJong, she designs batiks for Anthology Fabrics, which is owned by Wyndham Fabrics. And this is her henna batiks collection that just came out. So this is a mix of pinks, reds, grays, and blacks. I think there's a little bit of brown, but it's, oh, there's one green. Cocoa is what Jordan said.
No, a panel that's coming up from Coca-Cola.
Oh, sorry. I thought he said coca, like coca bean. Okay, Coca-Cola. This is Northcott Fabric. So they have the license to print the Coca-Cola fabric. We bought, I think this might be the first one. I think there's another one coming out later. This one's. was pretty good. I mean, that's pretty cute. It makes me want to have a Coca-Cola. I do not need any more sugar today, though. I have not even had sugar. I think I just woke up too early, and I'm just hyper.
You were emailing at like 6 in the morning.
I was emailing at 6 in the morning. Well, and you know, I really need to work on my communication with my son, because he was like, he knows when it's time to go to school. Like, he doesn't mess around. He's like, Mom, this is the second time this week that you have it all messed up. I'm like, I know. What?
Make koozies.
Oh, koozies. Okay, that is the collection, and then this is the to make a tote bag, and it is a canvas. So, I would say it's pretty thick. I don't think it. I think it'll hold up really well. And then this is, if you want to see, this would be one side of the tote bag, and then this would be the other. Do they have Pepsi? Jordan, I don't know, but if they had Dr. Pepper, I know that there's somebody who works here who would love it. But I think everyone here, it's a Texas thing, right?
I don't think so.
It is a Texas thing. It is, yeah. This is Hoffman Batiks Love Stitch Batiks. So this is definitely pinks, reds, and blacks. And there are floral motifs and butterfly motifs.
I need to go get a Dr. Pepper now.
There's some in my refrigerator downstairs, if you want one. Yeah, they're Kevin's. Zero sugar, I don't know about that. I don't know, I haven't had one in a while. Okay, now, this is so exciting. Okay, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so let me tell you something that's like a bonus for working here. I get to pick what we sell. And I love rifle paper, and I will find myself going into stores and spending a fortune on rifle paper. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just sell it myself. So these are two, I'm not going to tell you the exact names because that would just be too much, but these are quilted cosmetic bags. And so this is the inside. It's a thin quilting. So they're kind of, they're kind of like ones that would, they're not the hard case. I like, for my cosmetics, I like it to be a hard case, but this one, and it almost looks washable, because I feel like mine only lasts for like a year, because I get makeup all over them. So there's two new cosmetic cases. There's a pouch set. It's the same weight, and the inside, one is tan and one is blue. And they have really cute, I love the little tassels. This is a luggage tag, and this is a passport book. Now, I will tell you, all my family members have this passport book. The color that came before, it was blue. It was like, I think, blue flowers, because it's very, I love it. And then I have one of these in the previous, but this is actually really useful because you can find it, and I need to put like little stickers on the outside of, there's too many people in my family. So when we travel, I'm like, which passport is which? So we need to put stickers, but you can't put a sticker on a passport. So I was like, if I get some stickers, I can just put them on the outside. This is a jewelry case. And Denise was saying it would be, you could do it for binding. You could put your little binding strips. You could put tiny, when you're hand binding, like your spools and stuff could go in here. And this one has also got that quilting on one side, and one side is just flat. This is super cute. Is this the one that we want to use for cross stitch? We have all these plans. All we do is shop. Yeah, so this one, I think it's a cosmetic bag, but you could put all your cross stitch in here. You could also put, if you do English paper piecing, but there's 3 zippers, really cute. And then the outside, it's
It's like lunch. I was gonna say
It's-
like a lunchbox material.
yeah, it's like a lunchbox material. So it's not cotton, but it's not vinyl. So in
Nylon? Yeah, maybe.
it's, I don't know if it's vinyl.
No, it's not canvas.
It's not canvas. And this one, I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's the packing cubes. I haven't used those before. That's why. Okay, no, Emma used one when she went to college, but it was like a big. It was huge. Then she used it to go back. She changed all her clothes out. I'm like, who changes all their clothes out? But I guess, it's so much colder in Fort Worth than it is in Austin. So much colder. Okay, so then we got some new pocket notebooks, a new pen. This is their garden story collection, I believe. And so we just pick and choose what we think people will like. These note packs I love, and then this journal is amazing. Everyone here loves it. It's pink. This is a notebook that has lined paper also. So the difference in the thickness is like that. And then Pride and Prejudice, 3 different journals. I just want to take it all home. And then Lori Holt's Farmer's Daughter hat sold so well. So I thought, you know what, let me buy some of these. I didn't buy very many, but there's a dog hat, a cat hat, and a flower hat. And I don't know about you, but everywhere I go, everyone I know wears these hats except me. And then Minky Kim, she came out with 10 new woven labels. These say love in every stitch, stitch with love by grandma, made fresh, your friend made this. What are those roses called?
Tulips, I think. Those
Oh,
are
tulips. All of me loves all of you. A chicken sewing or an egg sewing. Is that a chicken or an egg?
It's a chicken.
Chicken
Or a hen or something.
or hen. Strawberries. And then this is one where you fill it out where it's like made by, made for, date, and a little love from mom. And we carry all of Minky Kim's patterns as paper and PDF, and we sell all of her labels. So if you're ever looking for Minky Kim labels, we have them all. And then, okay, so I'm gonna tell you a little story. I made this little quilt. I love to crochet. So a couple years ago, I made some stuff and I was like, let's just carry some yarn, but I didn't buy very much. Well, we're starting to buy more yarn. We're gonna add a little bit each month. So I made a really cute blanket, and I have used this Juniper Moon brand forever, and I love it. And so they have this, it's called Bud, and if you look at it, when you crochet it up, it just looks normal, but it has this extra touch to it, and it's a size 5. So these are the new colors. We have all the basics like the browns, creams, blacks, but these are just new colors that they just released. So if you crochet, now you can search crochet yarn on our site, and we're going to make it where you can, find it easier on our site. But I have some of these at home. See, and I have all this quilting I need to do, but then I need to make some crochet. My sister-in-law thought I was going to make her she thought I was making her a blanket for Christmas crochet. I was like, oh girl, that'll take me a year. So, okay. What does the back of the hat look like? Let's see.
You want to style it for them?
They need to see the back, girl.
I guess. Well, let me see. Okay, so the back of the hat looks like that. The inside looks like that. I don't know if my head fits.
Yeah. So cute.
My hair's a mess. It is kind of cute. Those are really cute.
Will that yarn work for knitting?
Yeah, it's size 5. And so what we've done is in the description, if you scroll to the bottom, it tells you what size weight it is. Lori's is the thinnest weight, and I don't know what weight it is, so we haven't listed it yet. We are going to be giving away 4 Sew Sampler boxes, but I'm going to read the rest of the comments. What is the Riley Blake challenge? Riley Blake It's just called Riley Blake Challenge, and each of their designers does a free block for you, and it starts in January. It usually ends in May, and so I usually sew along with it. Have I done any stitch alongs with Aunt Grace Basket Scraps book? No, but that's a pretty good idea. Dr. Pepper started in Waco, Texas. Yes, and I think the person who started last name was Pemberton, and that was my mom's maiden name.
Tell them that's blue, not purple.
Oh, this is blue. Let me. Yeah, these, and that's the same as the.
You might have been talking about the yarn. Never mind.
Oh, does Tula Pink have canvas fabric? No, but they're doing one new thing that a lot of people are, well, just kind of like I said about, one person does a strawberry and then everybody does a strawberry. One thing I would say is all the companies I think are doing Minky now. So Moda has partnered with Shannon Fabrics to come out with the Quilting Cuddle. And then like Henry Glass, Free Spirit, those are all the same company, and they are coming out with their own Minky. Other companies are coming out with it. So Minky's starting to come back. That was really, really popular. We don't have the rifle paper fabric because they won't let us get an application. I don't know why. If you would like to email Rifle Paper and tell them you would love to see fabric at Fat Quarter Shop, that'd be great. Ruby Star Club shipping. Do we have a date? Today. Okay, so we're going to give away 4 December Sew Sampler box after the live stream. Comment and let me know from all of the quilts I showed you that I'm sewing, which one are you sewing? And we will be back next week, so I'll see you then.